Hello, I'm Jonathan Ross and welcome to what we're calling Ask Andy. I'm here in London, it's a lovely sunny day outside and I'll be interviewing Britain's #1 tennis player, Mr Andy Murray, in his first ever live video web chat in association with those lovely people at Highland Spring. I'm here because I'm a huge fan of tennis. I love playing the game. I can't say I play that well, but I love playing it and I certainly love watching it, and I love watching Andy play. So I'm very pleased and honoured to be here today. Andy, welcome. Thank you very much for joining us. Good to have you here. We've got questions that have been coming in all week from all across the globe, from various sources, of course, from your website, andymurray.com, from thetelegraph.co.uk. They're helping us out today as well, and also through Facebook and Twitter, where I know you have very active accounts. But before we get into those, let me just ask you about your next big tournament. Of course, it's here in London, starting on Sunday at the O2. It's the World Tour Finals. Tell us a bit about that event. What's that event like to play in?
Well, it was held in London for the first time last year. It's, I mean, incredible atmosphere there. The O2 Arena's, I mean, it's amazing, huge arena. It's the top 8 players in the world that are playing in it, so Federer and Nadal will be there. I'm guaranteed to play against one of them next week. And yeah, it's one of the biggest competitions in tennis behind the Grand Slams, so I'm really looking forward to it.
It's kind of going to be tough competition this year. I know it's always tough competition, but the bunch of people the 8 you've got this year, it's remarkable, isn't it?
No, it is. Yeah, I mean, I'll probably, I could play someone like Djokovic, who's #3 in the world in my first match. Roddick's playing. Yeah, it's one of the toughest competitions to win.
Which one is the easiest one to beat from that bunch? Which one gives you no concern?
The toughest one, I'll give you the toughest one, is probably Nadal.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, well, we have, as I said, loads of questions to get through. We only have a limited amount of time, so I'm going to get started right away. Here's a question. Once again, I didn't send this in. I don't think Jimmy Carr sent this in. The question is, who's better at tennis, me or Jimmy Carr? For those who don't know, he's a comedian friend of mine who I play on a regular basis.
Well, you told me you were better, and he told me that he was better, so it's a bit...
Using your skill and judgment as a tennis professional, just looking at the physique and the general demeanour of the both of us, surely I come out head and shoulders above.
I've actually only seen you guys hit a few balls, and you did look a little bit better.
Yeah.
You look good.
A little bit.
Look good.
Yeah. It's all to do with technique. All right, let's move on to some slightly more interesting questions for the rest of us. Obviously, I was fascinated by that response. We have a question from Rose Zhu from Hangzhou Province, China. She said, you captured your maiden doubles title in Valencia with your brother Jamie. Do you have any plans to partner him at Wimbledon in the next couple of years?
I don't. But I would like to play with them once before we both stop. It's just the singles is best of 5 sets, and the doubles at Wimbledon is the only doubles tournament during the year where the doubles is also 5 sets. So in theory, if there's like one bad day rain, you could end up playing 10 sets of tennis in the one day, and you're then shattered for the following day. So, if I've got to concentrate on my singles just now, but I would love to play with them before I stop.
Do you think people know the real Andy Murray? Do you think people, when they write about you or when they talk about you, do you recognise yourself in what they're saying?
No, I think I'm very different away from like camera and stuff. I don't feel that comfortable like in press conferences or when I'm doing interviews with people from the news or whatever. I don't really feel that comfortable, so come across maybe as quite sort of defensive, but I'm not really like that with my friends.
Well, I think, how would your friends describe you then? What would your friends say about you? What would they talk about when they talk about Andy?
There's a few of them sitting back there, but I'm very competitive, which probably comes across when I'm playing matches. That's quite obvious, but. No, I think I'm quite laid back. I try and have as much fun as possible, joke around all the time with the guys that I work with and all of my friends.
But you obviously like having a laugh. You like fooling around. So I guess it's when you're relaxed. It's when you're with people you know and trust, I guess.
Yeah, I am very immature. I don't really like being in big rooms with people that I don't know that well, that might be trying to stitch you up from time to time and get a little bit uncomfortable.
I can't understand why you would feel awkward in those situations. Let me ask you about when you're playing. You guys, you have you have forfeits, don't you? If you're playing with your teammates and someone lets the other one down. What's your favourite forfeit to dish out?
The worst one that I've had to do, I had to wear a pink tracksuit for 3 days. That was actually when I was in Miami, so I didn't stand out too much over there. But yeah, that was probably the worst one I've had to do. But just all sorts of stupid stuff like that.
And what forfeit would you like to dish out that you haven't been able to? Do you kind of have a list? Do you start thinking in advance what you might do?
Because I rate myself at the game, like I want to play for the worst thing that you can play, that we'll play for.
So you think, set yourself the challenge that I won't lose, I can't lose.
I won't lose, and that I'm going to win the game. So I would rather play for, the worst thing. But some of the guys I work with have taken quite a few too many forfeits, so forfeits are quite boring at the minute.
Michelle, let's go back to some questions. Michelle asks, would you consider having Boris Becker as your coach? He seems interested in helping the LTA. He's won Grand Slams, of course, and she says she thinks you'd get on with him, and he would, I'm sure, help you win your first Grand Slam, which will be the first of many. So she wonders whether Boris would be someone you'd like to work with.
I hadn't thought about that beforehand, but I mean, there's a lot of guys. Obviously, Boris is one of the best players that's ever played. Unbelievable personality as well. So it'd be someone that I definitely would not write off. There's no question. But there's a lot of guys past players that I think could definitely help. So that's something that I might look at for the future.
Who among the kind of last wave, say, if we're talking about like Jimmy Connor, Pat Cash, John McEnroe, that period, who among those guys, which of course Boris was the tail end of, are the ones that you would consider the greatest or that you would most like to work with?
This guy, he kind of gets forgotten a little bit. Ivan Lendl, he was a great player. I mean, John McEnroe is someone that I think everyone used to love watching.
He's still fiercely competitive when he plays on the seniors tour.
Yeah,
isn't he?
I mean, I've practiced with him a few times, and he loves it. I mean, he practices so much. Actually saw him and Jimmy Connors, who they didn't get on that well when they were playing, but they were actually playing against each other at the US Open. They were practicing with each other every day. So. Yeah, those guys still love it, but yeah, probably McEnroe, Agassi. I got the chance to practice them quite a few times, but never got to play him. So he was one of my favourite players growing up.
James 4578 from Glasgow. Hello, James. He asked if you could play anyone in history, and I guess he means tennis players, not like Shakespeare or Hitler. But if you could play anyone in history, although that's a match, isn't it? If you could play anyone in history, who would it be?
Yeah, I mean, it would I'd probably say Agassi, Sampras, those guys. Like obviously, there's a lot of great players from a long time ago, but I saw Sampras play, I saw Agassi play.
Well, they were when you were a kid. They were the big. That was the big battle between.
Yeah, I used to watch them playing in Grand Slam finals, and they were always at the top of the game. They were the ones that were always in the headlines. So I would have liked to have played against one of those two. But if I had to pick one, I'd take like Agassi in a night match at the US Open.
Julie Britannia asks, Andy, you love playing fantasy football, you love eating sushi. Who would you invite to come dine with you at a fantasy sushi dinner party? Guests can be alive, dead, or entirely fictional. That's quite a tough question.
Yeah, it's an interesting. You obviously.
Thank you. God bless you. I'm there.
I've got to take someone funny. I'm not including you.
No, obviously not. Thanks for that. I know you're a fan of Ricky Gervais. Maybe.
I love Ricky Gervais. Find him very funny. I like Frankie Boyle, Michael McIntyre. So yeah, one of them. Cesc Fabregas is my favourite footballer to watch.
Not very funny though.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, not very funny. I would Muhammad Ali, someone I'd love to meet.
Have you met Ali?
I haven't met him, no, but I'd love to.
Finally, we've got another one here from Lynn Davis. Okay, this involves me as well. She said that I think I'm pretty good on the tennis court. If you had to play one set against me, how many points do you think I would win? I could answer that for you if you want, but go ahead.
I'd say I'm going to say 1 point.
I don't think I didn't get that unless you gave it to me.
No, the thing is, like, obviously, when we play, we try and hit the ball, pretty hard. If I was trying to play properly, and not just try and play to not lose a point. If I was trying to play against you properly,
to win the point, yeah.
Yeah, I would probably make a couple of mistakes. But
I would only get a point because you made a mistake.
Yeah.
We've kind of run out of time here. It's been great spending some time with you today. I'm a big fan. I like you as a man, but also I love seeing you play, and I can't wait to see you go on to bigger and better things, as I know you would. Hopefully your fans have enjoyed watching as much as I've enjoyed being here with you. Do you have a final message for everyone tuning in before you go?
Thanks to everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks to Jonathan for doing it. It was good fun, and hopefully I'll get on okay at the O2 next week. So thanks a lot.
I'm going to be down there at the O2 cheering you on. I know you can watch it on TV as well, so hopefully everyone will get a chance to see it. And it's a great lineup, it couldn't be better. And good luck in advance for Wimbledon next year, of course. That's the one where we're all don't want to add to the pressure early, but you better win it soon. Finally, I would like to say a big thank you for watching on behalf of me, and of course, thank you, Andy. But on behalf of Andy, thank you and goodbye.